Alright, hello everyone. This is the first YouTube video for this channel. I have some other videos prepped already, but I just need to do some editing and then post those. But this will be the first one that should be on the channel. Before I start, I'm going to go over 2 Bible verses, basically just to spread the gospel a little bit. And get the word out. So the verses we're going over today are Matthew 7, chapter 7, verse 7 through 8. It says, "Ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks, the door will be opened." So basically this is talking about a few things. The main thing is calling out to God. God wants everyone to know him. It's just a matter of if we want to know him. So we all have free will to do that. So just know that he's there with you throughout everything, through the troubles, through the triumphs. And basically, if you want to know who he is, just call out to him. Be willing to search for the truth. And know that when you ask, to have your intentions be right, and then also to be able to be patient, because it's different for everyone how it works out. Some people get their answer very quickly, some people don't. For me, it wasn't as quick. It started quickly, but I didn't get the answer quickly. Kind of doesn't make sense, but it does. I'll explain in another video, but yeah, so that's the verse, the 2 verses I should say. So today we're going to go over Unchained combos for basically, like, there's a few different combos that you can do, but I'm going to go over basically the, like, say for example, 1 card combo, 2 card combos. I can do 1 3-card combo, but basically going over what the different options are for the end boards, because there are different options. If you want to play around stuff, if you want to play into things, like if you really just want like the most value. So we're going to go over all of those. We'll get started on that. If I sound a little tired, I'm sorry. I just came back from a case tournament. I went X2, 5-round tournament, no top cut, which is fine. There was no top cut, and basically I won the first round versus Branded Chimera 2-0. The next round was 2-1 Dragon Link. The round after that, round 3, was for Higher Sprite, and I lost that one in time, 1-2. Round 4, I beat the new Rescue Ace build with the new cards, the Diabell Star Engine. And then round 5, I lost to Vanquish Soul, game 3 for TC Boo, their Chameleon one. And the deck played really well. I misplayed once or twice. One of the misplays lost me the game, but I won the match. But for the rest of it, it was pretty solid. There are some changes I'll make, which I'll point out in the video, but I'll show the list and then I'll do the combos. So 41 cards. My friend Alex told me that basically 41 cards is very similar in ratio, like percentage wise, than 40. So I wanted to add some cards, and I just ended up adding 1, cutting a card out, and then I added 1 extra trap, and then I cut 1 card to add another card. So it was 41, and then obviously 15 and 15 for side and extra. So we'll start with that. So I played 3 Ash, which is, I think it should be in every deck. 2 Nibiru. This is something I might change. It didn't come up. I think the only times I got it, if I'm not mistaken, was when I drew into it, like after they did their board and stuff. It could stay, but I'm not entirely sure because it really just depends on how I feel it is in the format. If not, it might go in, or it might go out, maybe to the side, maybe just out in general, and I might put in more back row removal. So then I played 3 imperm as well. These are the only hand traps. I was advised not to go over 9, which I'm playing 8. I think it's probably correct just because the deck itself has around 30 cards of engine, and you only really have some wiggle space, which the wiggle space you do have is for cards that it's kind of like, it's like 90% recommended or played. Like they're cards you can't really take out, but if you really want to, you can. So those are the hand traps. 3 tour guide, Rhino, you have to play these. I think there's no other way. 3 Sharvara and 3 Aruha. These are the main cards for 1 card combo for the tour guide, and then these are for 2 card combos. You can't change this ratio, so that's that. And then there's one-ofs, there's Sarama, which I don't think you need to play 2 more, or more than 1, because it's just, there's better normal summons, and also this also requires another card. This requires a card engraved that you haven't triggered, or a set card. Like this is used for the combo, and you always get it through the combo, so you don't really need to play more than 1. It's okay to draw it, but it doesn't help with your combo, is the thing. Like for starting your combo, it's not really a starter. Rakea is like it's like the card that you can use for combo. It's not optimal, but it's a 2 card combo with a trap. But it's not that good. So you don't play more than 1 because it takes up your normal summon, which you want to save that for tour guide. I don't think I would ever play more than 1 because it's just not optimal. 1 Shayama, this is a brick, so you don't even want to open this, so that should explain itself, and it's also a hard once. 1 of these, people have discussed maybe playing 2, but it's also a summon once per turn, and it's not part of your combo, and you can get it out usually, so I think 1's fine. And then this is another brick. You can search this for the contract combo, but you don't want to open it really, because if you have contract, then it's just 2 cards for the 1 card that you need. Or if you open it by itself, it's really just like, how can I get value out of this? So yeah, this is all fine. Going to spells, 3 Abominations Prison, you have to play this. 3 Contract, which is for the Vice King. This searches out this summons this, and then this is a free pop and gain 1,000, so it could come up in terms of time. You can also, if you're going into time, you can make this and then link it off and then search the contract and do that. But you don't really want to rely on the time part. It's just there. And then we played 3 Prosperity. Banishing for this deck is very difficult sometimes because you end up needing to banish cards that you might need in the future. But the card's just too good to not play. So yeah, you just have to play it. And then 2 Talents and 1 Lightning Storm. So I don't play Thrust right now. I don't have Thrust, but through playing, because I did borrow Thrust from one of my friends, my friend Dario, for a little while. It's good, but it's also situational. It requires your opponent actually playing something. So I was playing, I think 2 and 1 or 2 and 2, like I was kind of switching. But yeah, 4 cards that require your opponent to do something, it's not that good. But in the future, if I do play Thrust, I might just do the thing people are doing, which is 1 and 1, which seems really good because I don't like playing 3 talents because I don't like opening 2 because it's a hard once. Storm was something that I added right before the tournament. I didn't resolve it game one, but in siding I play one of these, so I opened it or I think I opened it or drew into it or something, and it actually won me the game. This, I think I might keep it in the future and maybe just add more back row removal, but not entirely sure. And then we go to the traps. Other than imperm, I'm playing 3 and 3, so there are varying opinions for this. Some people like playing 3 and 2 and one of the wailing. Wailing didn't come up for me as much, and I usually feel like unless it's a very specific situation, I would prefer the chamber just because it's an extra body, whereas wailing, if you don't have like the right cards for it, it can just be like, yes, it does the same thing as these and you would get an extra effect, but a lot of the time, I would say like 90% of the time, you're not really activating wailing, you're just using it for a pop. It does come up though, so it's kind of like a preference thing, I think. But some people also just play 2 and 2, which is also fine. I get not wanting to brick on it. I just like if I open like 2, like 1 and 1, or like even 2 and 2, it's like this is pretty good because it's like if you open like 2 of this, you can pop the 1 and then they don't know you have the other. So I like 3 and 3. I don't think I'll change it just because it's very comfortable for me, but I think this is more of like a preference thing. Yeah, I think this helps with the 2-card combo part. So that's the main deck, 41. A lot of people do play 43, which I was playing for a while. I was playing 43, 42, 41, and 40. It doesn't make a huge difference, but I noticed sometimes with 43 you open more non-engine, which is probably a given because you can't add more engine. There's really no other good cards to add into the engine as of now that I know of. So it can attribute to bricks, but it also makes it so you don't open the bricks that you have. The Shayama and the Vice King are the main bricks. So going to extra, we're playing 2 Yama. I might bump this up to 3. I was considering it before the tournament today, and it came up once. That being, it was against Dragon Link, and they play a bunch of Bystials, and that's mainly how this stuff got rid of. So it could just stay at 2, but I think 3 is really comfortable. I was playing 3 when I first started playing this deck, and it seemed really nice. You could banish 1 off Prosperity, which usually if this extra deck is very tight, so if you were to put a 3rd, you'd probably take out something that was also a Prosperity target. So 2 or 3, a lot of people are switching to 3, it looks like, so it looks like that might be the play just because it's a more grindy matchup for everything right now. The new format kind of changed things up. So yeah, I'm playing 2, but 3 is a really good option and I'm considering it. 2 Rage, I don't think you can change this. 1 Anguish, some people played 2, no one really plays 2 anymore because there's not a lot of space, but I was always playing 1 just because I feel like it doesn't come up too much, and when it does, you can usually just get it out from like Yama or Chamber. 1 of this, you don't need to play more. That's the Unchained cards, I believe, yeah. And then we play SP, you summon this from Rage, you get a banish and another interaction when they do something, which is another banish until the end phase. This card's insane. This is the only support that the deck received from the new set. It's a huge boost. I would say if this wasn't a thing, the deck would be in a worse spot, but at the same time, a lot of the decks did get a lot more support, which it does sometimes seem like this deck got a little power crept just by that set, but the deck is still really, really strong, and if you play it well, then you'll do fine. So there's that. Unicorn, you have to play this, I think, because there are times where when you have Rage out, your Fiend locks sometimes, so you can't go into SP, so you go into Unicorn instead, and you need to have that option in my opinion, because it's just, yeah, I feel like it's really good to have the option, because if not, it's like you're going into Anguish, which is fine, but the interruption is the key part that that's why I'm playing it. Then we play Underworld. This card is really good for playing through Pearly for the Noir, or Borland, or Chaos Angel if you need to use this to play through it. This card's just pretty good. I don't think that you can usually play through Noir without this, unless you have Xyz Encore. I really don't know how else people are playing through it. I have no idea. I know some people don't play it. I don't know, maybe it has to do with not respecting Pearly, or maybe I'm just missing something. I'm probably just missing something. I get you can beat over the Noir if they don't have the boost, but if they have the boost, you really can't clear it. So I'm playing this because of that. Unaffected cards are very difficult sometimes for this deck. And then we play the two Zeus cards, well, Zeus and Typhon. Zeus comes up with this, with the contract. You can sometimes do it with this or with Darius, but usually it comes up with this because you go contract, summon Vice King, summon this, pop, attack, make this, clear board, full combo. So usually that's how it comes up. Or you can, I guess, attack into someone's Xyz monster and then make it. But at the same time, this card doesn't come up as much as I feel like it should to be necessary. This is also something that I'm considering cutting, but I feel like it is just necessary for situations that I won't be able to take it out, especially because of the contract, because that's usually the way that you get out Zeus. So yeah, there's Zeus, and then Typhon is the new card that came out. This is also support, so I'm mistaken, my bad. This card is very good, very, very good, but it's situational, depending on what matchup you're playing. And also you need to remember, when you use this card, you are not able to use any effects with monsters of 3000 or higher. So you can't use this to stop to use the effect that it has for the graveyard. You can't use this, and you can't use Abominable. I actually, during the tournament, I remembered that one of the games, and then the next game, or the next match, I tried summoning Abominable when the opponent had this, and he's like, you can't activate that. And I was like, wait, I forgot. So, but that, I don't think that really affected too much, but it was unfortunate. But this card is really good. It's a mainstay, in my opinion, in the extra deck. So I don't think I don't think you can take this out, especially because it's a fiend. This card is a fiend. I have no idea why. It should be a machine, but it's a fiend. It's great for playing the game. No one's gonna rivalry you, but when you're fiend locked, it's really good. Then we have Machinex. You can summon this three ways. One way is with the contract combo. The second way is through Caesar. You summon this over Caesar, maybe if you're playing Flandries or something. The third way, I'm giving away the rest of the extra deck at this point, so I'll just do this. Or the other way is through Darius, because sometimes when you get shifted and you open Tour Guide, that's just the best play. If you're playing against Flandries especially, you would want to go Tour Guide, Rhino, summon this, so you have two interruptions. Sometimes the interruptions get chain blocked, unfortunately, or like for example with the map, or not map, the quick play spell, so it won't resolve. But this card is really necessary for the Flandries matchup, and it's just really good. You can't take this out really, unless you take out the contracts. If you take out the contracts, you can do that, which I heard some people are considering. I was also considering, but I don't think you can, just because it takes away some of the consistency. So Machinex to Caesar I think is mandatory, because you don't really want to banish one of this for Prosperity. but you can. But the main reason, also sorry, unlim first said sorry. The main reason is because when they clear your Caesar, which usually when you're going first, people are going to try and clear this as soon as possible. So you want to make another one. So 2 is good. 2 is very good. Darius is the card that I was thinking of taking out for the third Yama. Yeah, third Yama is very good. This card is also very good, but it's situational. It's really only there if you need Machinex or I guess the attack effect to destroy, but that doesn't come up often either. So this is optional right now, I would say. There can be better cards to play. That's the extra deck. Now we go to the side. So 3 droll. Some people are maining this now. It's an option. I'm not sure if I'll main it yet, but the format is pretty reasonable why someone would, I think. Just because there's so many decks that search so much now, and it's not really like oh, I'm gonna discard droll and I'm just stopping one search. It's like you can stop their combo, you can stop like very important things in their combo, especially. So droll 3, 2 DD Crow. I added this again last minute. This card I was playing before and I took it out because I wanted to play different cards. But this card is very good in the Unchained Mirror. You banish the Shayama. That's the best card to banish. You can play Bestials, but the Bestials can't banish Shayama, and if you banish Shayama, you're most likely winning because the mirror is very grind game dependent, and if you banish the Shayama, they don't really have too much of a follow-up. So those are the monsters, I believe. I played the second Lightning Storm because this card's good. My friend pointed out something that made me, or this was Alex specifically, he pointed out that using Lightning Storm over evenly, which is why I played the 1 Lightning Storm in the main instead of evenly, is because you get your battle phase. So you can OTK with this deck very easily. So playing the Storm is very good. But I also think I'm going to probably play Duster somewhere in the main, maybe in the side, but probably in the main, just because it's good. Harpy's Feather Duster. XYZ Encore. This card's very good. Very, 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 very good. It just beats Pearly, stops the Noir. You can shotgun this in draw phase before they draw 4, or if you're playing against a deck that makes Dweller, you can do this on the Dweller, and then you can actually play and not lose the game immediately. That's also a big reason why I'm playing Imperm and Nibiru, because a lot of decks can make Dweller right now, but this card is, the main reason for it is for Noir and Dweller. We played 2 Rivalry because Rivalry is a good card. It stops Tier, it stops Branded, it can stop Vanquished Soul. What else? I guess for Higher Sprite, since that's what I played, it would have stopped them for sure. But it stops a lot of decks. It's a bit underrated, I think. But I get the fact that like people can just board clear it, whereas like I'm playing 2 anti-spell. I took one out for the reason of putting the DD Crows. You don't want to open 2 of this, obviously, but if they have the Cyclone, they have the Cyclone, and then, yeah. But anti-spell is like something that they can't clear unless they have the Cyclone right away. This card they can clear for sure, but this card is very impactful in certain matchups, and I would argue to say that some matchups it's better than anti-spell, just because some decks don't need their spells to play, but they need different types. The last 2 cards are evenly matched. I was thinking about putting this to 3. The side deck is very tight, so I can't really fit 3. There's a lot of cards I want to play in my side deck, but 2 seemed fine. You can Prosperity into it too, so it's not too big of a deal. So that's the list. Yeah, I played pretty well. Like I said, there was like 1 or 2 misplays, and then things out of my control, so I'm not going to really knock myself for those. I think the deck played really well. It's not really out of the format. It did get a little knocked down because of the new cards that come out. It's not the top deck, I don't think, anymore. Rescue Ace is definitely the best deck, I think. So yeah, I'm just setting up the cards for the run-throughs of all the combos. So we will start with Tour Guide. So I think these are the only cards that you really need for the combos. These are obviously not all in the same combo. Some of them you don't use in the same combo, but so we'll start with the 1-card combo, which is the Tour Guide. So there are a few ways to play this. Depends if you want to play around Nibiru, and it depends if you want to play into Nibiru. So we'll just do the play that doesn't play into Nibiru, because I almost always go with that play, just because it's the safest and a lot of people are playing Nibiru right now. So let's get the extra deck set up as well. That's it. Yep. So the combo will go Tour Guide, effect, summon Rhino. These two will link off into Yama. And then you go Chainlink 1 Yama to search from deck or add from grave. And then Chainlink 2 Rhino. Rhino will send Sharvara. Yama will add Aruha. Sharvara will set. You can set either of these or the Wailing. It really depends on how you want to play the turn, but I think Escape is usually better. It really depends though. If you want to play safer, it's usually Chamber. So you go Escape, and then we go Aruha, target, pop, summon. Then we go Escape effect. Escape will summon Shyama, and then Shyama will pop Aruha. Aruha will trigger, you'll summon Sarama, and then you go these two, Shyama and Yama, into Rage. And then from there, you go Sarama, you'll target the trap, you'll set the trap, you'll pop the Rage. Rage will add back Sharvara, so you have a Sharvara in hand. And then you go Shyama, pop Sarama, and then you trigger Sarama. We'll get the second Sharvara, because this is necessary, because you need one in hand and one for the Caesar. So after that, you Xyz. On the very right is the safest. You go for Caesar. This is your end board. So Chamber is safer, yes. But if you have another card you can set, you can Sharvara and then Escape. But yes, Chamber is safer. You can set a card, or you can go Caesar effect, detach Sharvara, and because it says if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can set a trap or a spell. So then you would set the Chamber, and then you'll have a way to have this no matter what. So you can do this on this, and through the Chamber, you can actually, let's say you did use this effect, you set this, use Sharvara, and you pop this. This is active right now. So then you can go Chainlink 1 Chamber, Chainlink 2 Yama to chain block the Chamber if you want the pop. But usually you want to go Chainlink 1 Yama, Chainlink 2 Chamber, so you can get the Rage into SP. But here's the thing, right here, if you don't use the Escape on the Sharvara, you're locked to Fiends. So that's a potential time that you would be locked. But if you go Chamber, then you can summon Rage, and then you still have Sharvara in hand. You go Rage into SP, and then if they say, for example, Talents, you can, you can Sharvara pop this. So that's the end board that plays around Nibiru. And I personally think that's the safest play. Pac talked about this in his video as well. It's just the safest play, I think. It also makes sure you have some sort of follow-up if you don't end up using the Sharvara, which is very good. So the next time, or the next combo we'll do is the one that doesn't play around Nibiru. So this one does not play around Nibiru. It ends on kind of a better board. but you don't get Sharvara in hand. But it does leave the Rage on field, and you get a trap and Caesar. So we go Tour Guide into Rhino. These two into Yama. Yama 1, Rhino 2. Send Sharvara. Add Aruha. Aruha set, so we'll set Escape. And then we go Aruha, target Escape, summon. Escape, we'll summon Sarama. And then we will go Sarama, target Escape, set Escape, pop Aruha, Aruha effect, summon Shayama. And then we go Shayama and Yama into Rage. And then Shayama, target Sarama. Sarama will summon Sharvara. And then right here, play around Mechanites, play around Tiamaton, play around anything like, I don't know, something that pops in the column. And then you make Caesar. So this is the board that doesn't play around Nibiru. Yeah, this board just has the Rage here already, which is kind of nice, but it doesn't have the Sharvara in hand. That's the thing you're missing out on. You miss out on Sharvara in hand and also playing around Nibiru. I can also show some things you can do through Nibiru, because it can be tricky. I'm not playing Disaster, so it's a little less good, but I don't want to play the brick. So say you go Shayama and you summon this. Or wait, this is for the cut. I'm not gonna cut it out, but we already used our normal summon, so I will go over the Nibiru stuff at the end actually, because I'm confusing myself. So that's it for Tour Guide. We'll go Aruha Trap. Sorry, I'm bad at the game. So Aruha Trap, this is the 2-card combo. It can go with Aruha and Escape or Chamber or Wailing. Or I guess, I don't know, nothing else, because I was gonna say maybe if you have like a Rake or Sarama on board, but if you have that on board, it's not turn 1 and you already use your normal summon. So we'll set Escape, we'll use Aruha effect, and we'll pop Escape. We'll summon Aruha. I would recommend summoning things in defense. Sometimes it comes up. We'll go Escape. Escape will summon Shayama. Shayama will pop Aruha. Aruha will summon Sharvara. And then you link these two into Yama. Chainlink 1 Yama, Chainlink 2 Sharvara. And we add Sarama. And we set Chamber. So one thing with this is the combo that plays around Nibiru. One thing with this is you do need a card to set, because it's just easier, because there's a part where it gets a little confusing, and you don't really have a way to get your trap without setting a random card like a Talents or something. But here, actually, you also play around Bestials, because you don't have any Darks Engrave. So if you want to play around Bestials in Nibiru, you would do this. So you go Shayama, target this, pop, and then you go Chamber and Sharvara. Then from there, you go into Caesar, and then you can normal summon Sarama, and you can either link into Rage, or if you have a random trap or spell, let's say you have a talent, set the talents effect. You can set the Escape, pop the talents, and you go these two into Rage. Honestly, I'm pretty tired, and I feel like playing around Mechanites. I feel like I'm forgot one of the combos where I think there may be a combo where you can get the Sharvara in hand this way. I feel like there is. just forgetting it because I'm tired. Please forgive me. But yeah, so this is the board that you do. This is without Sharvara in hand, obviously, but you get a pop with Rage. You pop, and then you can add Sharvara, and then you Yama, summon back the Rage, and then you link with the Rage into SP. So there's that. If I can remember the combo that I'm referring to, I will edit it in because I feel bad and I don't want to post a video that doesn't cover everything because I've been holding off on posting the video because I've been preoccupied. So we'll do the other combo. This one plays into Nibiru. This is with Aruha Trap. Again, it doesn't matter what trap or even wailing. It could be wailing if you want. But it just matters that it's one of the Unchained speller traps because they all, when they're set and popped, they all trigger and summon from the deck. So you set, Aruha target, pop, summon, effect. Summon Sarama. Sarama effect target, you set, Aruha goes to grave, Aruha effect. Shayama. Shayama effect target. Sarama effect. Summon Sharvara. Link these two. I haven't done this combo in a while because I don't feel like it's the best one. So I might be doing this incorrectly, but I don't think so. So we'll go 1, 2. So 1 Yama, 2 Sharvara. Sharvara will set the other trap. And Yama can basically add, since we haven't normal summoned, we can either add Rakea or we can add Sharvara. In this case, we'll just add Rakea because it's a normal summon and we want to go into Rage. So we'll add Rakea. You can add Sharvara if you want, but I'm just going to add Rakea because it's easier. You go Shayama, pop this, and then you summon Shayama, effective, the one that you didn't set before and activate before, and you summon Sharvara. This does not play into, or play around Bystials. If you do summon, actually, let me think real quick. Pause. I'm not gonna pause, but pause. No, we'll do it this way. Yeah, this doesn't play around Bystials. I just don't like this combo that much, so I was doing it before because I didn't know how to play around Nibiru. Now that I know how to play around Nibiru, I'm always doing it because it's just better, in my opinion. But I'll show this anyways, if you know their hand or something. So we go into Caesar. We'll normal summon Rakea, and then link into Reach. Play around Mech Knights. It will come up eventually, I promise. So you can either have a chamber setup or an escape setup. It's really up to you. You can, oh, one thing, do not, I say this right now, do not end on both of these at the same board. Do not end with Caesar and Rakea as your end board. They will super poly you and you will feel bad. Okay, now that we've got that out. So yeah, it's your option, whichever one you want. Yeah, it's whatever you want. I'm gonna leave it up to you. There's different ways to play when you have the different ways, but this you get a pop. It's value town, you get an add back, you get to summon this back anyways, and then yeah. Also, I just realized this might be cut off a little bit. I apologize, but I'm not gonna change it because yes, I'm sorry. But I've been reading the cards out, so if you're paying attention, you will know. No closed captions for people listening on mute. Sorry, I don't know how to set it up. If I do know how to set it up, maybe I'll set it up, but I don't. So at least as I know. I don't do YouTube that often, so. The other combo you can do, which doesn't come up often, but this is why you play this combo. This is the main reason I would say, but it also is just good. So we'll go with Contract and a Trap. So this can be Contract and a Trap or a normal summon, I guess, but the better combo is Contract with a Trap. So we go Contract, Contract Effect. This plays a little integral, but I'm sorry, there's no other way around it. Sometimes you just have to, but it doesn't affect it too much. So you go Contract, we'll keep this in hand, activate. This will pop this, summon Vice. Don't forget you're locked to DDDs when you have this on the field. It says you cannot special summon monsters except DDD monsters. So there's that. Just want to point that out. So now we go to Machinex. So because you summoned Machinex over this, it gains an additional effect. You get to, I'm just going to read it from the card. Once per turn, you can target one card on the field, shuffle one Dark Contract card from your field or graveyard into the deck, and if you do, destroy that target. So you can pop your cards or their cards, and then you gain 1,000. So this is a situational time thing if you have to do it. But the main reason we're doing this is to combo. So you set the Chamber or Escape or Wailing, whatever, all of them work. And then we go this effect, shuffle the contract, gain 1,000, and then we pop this. This effect will summon Sharvara. Summon Sharvara. This goes to the top of the extra deck. Goes to the top of the extra deck because it's a pendulum monster. I want to point that out because I don't play pendulums ever. I didn't really play pendulum format. I played in 2018 forward, and then I quit during 2021. So I was not really there for when pendulum was huge, other than I guess the what's that band card's name? You know what it is. It's like the one band pendulum card or something. It's a Link monster. Link 2. Anyways, yeah, this goes to the top of the extra deck. It's also helpful because you can prosperity and banish it, which is really nice. After you get the full value too, it's really good. So you will summon Yama. I'll do it like this, just in case, So you go Yama Chainlink 1, Sharvara Chainlink 2. We're doing the same thing almost every time. This combo is always the same though, this part, unless your situation is weird. But yeah. So then we add Aruha. And then we can go Aruha, target this, pop it, summon Aruha, escape effect. Summon Sarama. Then we go Sarama, target escape. Pop Aruha, Aruha effect. Summon Shayama. And then we can go pop this, right? So we don't have either of these left. So we just pop this and then effect. Summon Sharvara. Yeah, and then you make Caesar. I don't remember if there's a better way to do this, but I don't think so. I feel like maybe I'm missing something. Again, I'm sorry, I'm tired. And this also doesn't come up often, but I am sorry if I missed it. Let me think real quick. Pause. You should know by now that this is not an actual pause in the video, and I'm not skipping this. I'm just explaining that I want to pause. And I don't have Premiere downloaded right now, so I'm not gonna edit this. This is unedited footage. I was explaining that and I got sidetracked. You haven't used your normal summon here, so technically if you do have a normal summon, you can normal summon, make Rage. That's a 3-card combo, I guess. But Unchained Soul of Rage says 2 monsters, including an Unchained Soul monster, so you can use any monster basically if you can normal summon it. Yeah, we'll just go with this. I'm sorry if I missed it, but I think this is fine. You still get the pop, you don't get the rage, which is unfortunate, but again, if I remember after the video is over, I will edit it in using iMovie because I don't have Premiere downloaded. Once again, I have to point that out. So we have gone over the tour guide combo. We have gone over the Aruha combo. We have gone over this combo. We have not gone over Sharvara. Sharvara is very simple. It's very similar, but also different because it's different cards. So we're gonna do Sharvara and Trap. That's the other 2 card combo. So this deck does have a lot of ways to play. 1 card combo, 2 card combo, 2 card combo, 2 card combo, and there's a lot of 3 card combos, like really what was I gonna say? Uncomfortable combos, but you can still play it. I think personally, as someone that just got back into the game in August, late August or early September is when I started playing again. You have to practice this deck a lot because there are very intricate combos, and this is the type of deck where if you mess up, then it hurts a lot more than another deck. Like there are certain decks where you can mess up and it's not as bad, but this deck is really like if you mess up once, you're losing a lot of value. That's why I'm saying if I am forgetting something in these combos, I will edit them in if I remember them, because I'm feeling like maybe I'm messing up, and that just comes with mastery. But I figured since I know enough about this deck and people keep asking about it, the spreadsheet was deleted in the Unchained Facebook group, I decided to make a video. So yeah, I'm doing my best, and I will, if actually, how about this? If I don't remember it in the video, like after the video and I don't remember it, after I post it, if someone explains it to me in person, or I can figure it out through watching someone else's video, or if I can figure it out on my own and I don't edit it into the video, check the comments. I will post play by play. So there's that. I'm trying. All right, set. 2 cards. Set. Oh, one other thing. I forgot to point this out actually. I am not playing Griffin and I am not playing Muckraker. Those never come up and they always play into Nibiru. And I don't see the point of the cards anymore. I was playing it before because I had space, but now you have SP and Typhon and there's no space. So I took those out. Moving forward, Muckraker is pretty good. You can honestly maybe play Muckraker just by itself. But Griffin, it can be good, yes. It can be good in some matchups. But really, like, there are a lot of ways that the opponent can play through it. There are a lot of monsters that are over 2,500, which, yeah, pretty sure Muckraker protects from battle and card effect, right? But if they can, like, find some way over it, it's just so useless. And Caesar is way more impactful. So I don't even bother with doing the combo. I can do the combo. I'll do the combo. But I'm only going to do it with... What do I want to do it with? I'll do it with like a Ruha Trap or something. You can do the combo. And I'll show you the combo, but I'm going to proxy it because my Griffin and Muckraker are in my another deck box. But that combo requires the 2 card combo or the 1 card combo with 2 extra cards for discards. You get one of them back and the other card is set. So technically you don't really lose much, but if you have like a hand trap or something and you want to do that combo and you don't have anything else to discard, it's kind of unfortunate. So we'll play Sharvara, pop the trap, trap effect, summon Shyama, Link. You're almost always doing this. I'm just gonna keep saying it because it gets repetitive at one point, but it's really fun to resolve this combo. I think that might change it by playing way too much, but it's good. It's a very solid combo, which is what I like about the deck. It's a mid-range deck that plays really well, and you can play through things, and it's very good. So anyways, 1, 2, set the other trap, set escape, add Uruha. You have not normal summon here, so technically during this combo you can normal summon. But yeah, we will go, what am I doing? Oh, I'm doing Sharvara combo, sorry. I'm tired, as I said. So we'll do Aruha, target, summon, escape, summon. And then we go, there's 2 different ways to do this actually. You can set first and then summon this, which you don't get you don't get the Sharvara in hand, but you get to keep the Rage on field. So it's up to you. If you want to play Run Bell or DD Crow, which can come up, maybe it'll change what people want to end on, but this is the better play, I think. So we go Rage. Then we go Sarama. You can set either one of these. It really depends on how your hand is and also what you want, because if you set this you won't get an extra interrupt, but if you set this, there's a possibility that you won't be able to activate it if you don't have another card to set, or if your Caesar doesn't go off. So this is the safer play for sure, 100%. But I'm gonna set escape because usually you have something to set, or you can also trust that usually the opponent is going to trigger Caesar, or if they try and Talents take Caesar, you pop Caesar with Sharvara, and then from there you can just trigger the Yama and summon the Rage, and then you can Rage Link, and you can pop the Sharvara in their card. So where was I? We'll pop this, pop Rage, Rage, add back Sharvara. We have this set, and then we go Shayama, pop Sarama, Sarama effect, summon the second Sharvara. One thing I want to point out as well is this deck is very resource management. This deck relies on resource management. Tired again, sorry. But yes, relies a lot on resource management. So make sure when you activate your Yama, if you have something that won't cause your combo to go weird, like as in like if you go Tour Guide into Rhino and you summon Yama and you trigger Rhino, make sure, because you're doing Yama 1 and Rhino 2, you can send Sharvara and add it back, but just remember, if you add back the Sharvara in that case, you won't trigger the Sharvara because it won't be engraved. So yeah, just make sure you don't make mistakes like that. So anyways, we add this back because we popped the Rage. So this is in hand, and then we make Caesar. So yeah, this also kind of plays around evenly. It literally just makes it a 1-for-1 for them if they just straight go battle phase right away. But usually what you want to do is, if you have an extra card to set, let's say you didn't use a Talents, and you want to confirm that you'll be able to trigger the Yama to summon the Rage, you can like set your Talents, and you won't always need it, but yeah, if you need to trigger your Yama another way, you can set a card you're not using. Like say you open 2 Dark Contracts, you can do that, or something, I don't know, Prosperity, you open a second Prosperity, or if you're like me and you play Lightning Storm or some other random card that you don't really need, or if you open 2 traps, you can do that too. What else can you do? You can do Prison too, Abomination's Prison, or Imperm, but Imperm you don't really want to pop, unless you really want the pop and you don't have, like maybe you're playing against a deck that doesn't really special summon and you need the Imperm, like maybe against blunderies. That's what it is. So, put this back. So this board ends on this. This is in hand. And because it's a 2-card combo, you have 3 cards in hand plus this. So 4 cards with this is really nice because make sure you have some sort of interactions. Maybe it's a hand trap or it's just follow-up. And you have, if you do Caesar, you can set with Sharvara, and then do this, and then trigger Yama, summon this, link, or you pop first and then you link. I think I actually messed up the way I was saying that earlier, now that I think about it. But yeah, this is the way to play around, Nibiru, and I think you can also play around Bestials if you do the Yama part, the Yama into Grave and Rage part later. There is a way to do that. Maybe I'll watch over the video and explain it. But yeah, so that's that. Then this is going to be the way to not play around Nibiru. I think that's it. Oh no, we have one more combo. Yeah, we have one more combo, which is going to be Rakea and Trap, which is unconventional, but yeah, it's not something you want to open. Rakea Trap is playing, but it's not like if you have like a Ruha already in Trap, you're not going to do Rakea. Don't do Rakea. If you only do Rakea Trap if it's your only play. So we do set Sharvara pop, summon effect, summon Shayama, and we link, summon Yama, chain link 1, chain link 2. We use the chamber, so we're going to set the escape, and then we are going to add Sarama. This also doesn't play around Bestials, unfortunately. Normal summon, effect, target your other trap, set the other trap, pop, and then you go escape effect. You can either summon Rakea, you can summon Aruha, and that's about it. So whichever you want to summon, but we're just gonna link it, so let's do Rakea, sure, Rakea. And then we summon Rage, and then Shayama, pop Sarama, and then we go Sarama, and then we summon Sharvara, and there's the end board. Same thing. In this case, if you do this combo, you can end on escape and it's a lot safer, just because you already have this. But you don't get the Sharvara and you don't play around Nibiru or Bestials. So it's really a matter of if you don't care about playing against those cards or if you know what their hand is, because I would really recommend to play the one that plays around Nibiru. So we're playing around Nibiru. We'll do Rakea and Trap, and then I will try and remember the way to play into Nibiru, like when they Nibiru you, because they can still Nibiru you, it's just not as good. So we'll do Rakea first. Set Rakea effect, pop effect, and we summon Shayama pop, summon Sharvara, link into Yama 1, 2, set escape, and Ruha pop. I'm sure a lot of people will play this at like 1.25 speed, just because I'm going a little bit slow with this, but yeah. Escape, Sarama, I did a little pause there without mentioning it. I guess I just mentioned it, but I was trying to figure out if there is a way to play around Bestials, but I don't really think there is. So we'll go Sarama. You can set either one of these, probably just escape. And then we pop this effect, and we can summon. We'll summon Sharvara. also summon. I guess you can, what you can do, actually, if you wanted to, is summon Abominable. We'll do Abominable for this case, and we'll set Chamber instead. So we go Link to Rage. I'm going to explain the Abominable in a moment. So you summon Rage, you have Sarama, you go Shyama, pop, and then Sarama effect. Summon Sharvara. Player on Mech Knights. Summon Caesar. So, the reason I did the Abominable is you have this option, right? If you really, really want to, you can chamber into this to get a non-target pop. If you think the non-target pop is important, you could do this, but you need an extra card to discard. And you don't get the add with this. So you can still link into SP and get the SP effect and the second effect. But this way, you can actually do a non-target pop, which is cool. I just remembered that. Thank you, God, for reminding me, because I don't usually do that combo. Let's see. Sarama, can't really do a combo with. We did a Ruha. I'm not going to edit this out, I'm sorry. We did this with one of those. I put this in here because this is like another option, actually. You can do this with the traps or the spells, the wailing. So we did that. There is technically a play with Shyama. We did this, we did this. So there is technically a play with this. It's a really weird play, but say, honestly, I'm gonna say something before I start this. I haven't really practiced this combo, so I'm not really sure how far it's gonna go. But what you can do is say you have this, you do this, Sharvara pop, and they ash it. If they ash this, and you have a normal summon, you can normal summon Shyama, Sharvara effect, set the other one, and you can do Shyama pop, and you can at least get a Caesar. You can get a Caesar, or if you have, what can you have? I'm doing this on the spot, but I want to point it out just in case. You can either go into Yama and search. What would you search? You can search. If you want to get the Yama engrave, you can search an Aruha, and you can pop the Yama, summon, and then you can do this, pop this, and then trigger and summon the other Sharvara. Let's just use this because I don't want to go through the other one. And then you can make a Caesar and have a Yama engrave if you want. But that might come up. It came up for me like maybe twice since I started playing the deck. Okay, let's go through. If you're playing a Ruha trap and you get Nibiru at some point. So I'm just gonna speed this up in the way I'm playing it. I'm not really gonna explain it because I just did set, pop, effect, Shyama, pop, effect, summon, Yama, 1, 2, Abominable, and Sarama. So we go Shyama, pop. This will trigger, and then we threaten the Caesar. If they want to Nibiru you here, they can, but you haven't normal summoned yet. So it gets tributed. You get a 6,000, 3,000 token. They put it in defense mode, but you have Yama engrave, so you can do some plays. Also, this is at the bottom of the deck. So that's at the bottom of the deck. You normal summon. It's very helpful if you have a card to set. If they Nibiru you though, and you have talents, you're probably going to use Nibiru. Or you're probably going to use talents. And look at their hand, or if you didn't prosperity, you could draw 2, which is nice. And you usually don't use Sharvara in the combo, so you could also just keep playing if you prosperity or talents into it. But let's just say you have like, where's the lightning storm? A card that you're not going to use. Or if you want to do your plays and you don't want to risk not drawing into it, you can set. Then you can go Sarama, and we'll set chamber, and we'll pop, and then we will trigger Yama, and Yama will summon Sharvara, and then Yama has the optional effect. A lot of people don't use it, but sometimes it comes up. You have the optional effect once you summon from the banish to pop a card you control. It says you can. So you're going to pop this Rama, and then we're going to summon this. So you have your card back. Then you summon Caesar. You do have a Nibiru to work around, so it is kind of unfortunate sometimes, and you might just want to end on Rage. But if you have a way to play around the Nibiru, like if you have a way to get rid of the Nibiru on their turn, depending on your hand, you can go into Caesar. But if you don't, you go into Rage, and you have a token Rage, and either this or a pop. I guess if you do Rage, you do a pop, because you can just pop. No, you link and then you pop. You have to probably go Anguish that way to get the max value, and you add a card. So, that is the way to. This is without Disaster too. I think Disaster is a little easier. I don't really have a lot of testing with Disaster to be able to show you, but I think Jesse Cotton did a video on it. So if you got this far in the video, you go to Jesse Cotton's video. I think it's titled something about like pro players showing the Unchained combos or something, and he goes around some of this stuff. And I think Pac talks about it in one of his videos too. But Pac has a good amount of Unchained videos. So I would also look into those, as well as Jesse's, and look into deck profiles, look into people playing the deck, look into DB Grinder, of people playing the deck. Some people don't play optimally, obviously, because people are human, but it's good to look at other people and the way that they're playing the deck, because you may be missing something. Like I said, not everyone's perfect, so you might not have known something about the deck. I'm sure I don't know everything, and I'm actually 100% sure, because I am very new to the deck. I'm sure there might have been a way I messed up at some point, but I got the point across of the combos. What else can I show? I'm just thinking at this point. Oh, well, we'll do prosperity targets, I guess. I'll show you some prosperity targets you can do. And then I think we'll close it out after that. So, prosperity. This is with my extra deck. Griffin combo. We'll do that first. 2 cards. I'm not editing this. I might add clips, but I'm not gonna like edit out things because that takes too much work. I could do it, but I don't have Premiere, and I don't really know if I can do it on iMovie. If I can, I might, but I don't think I will. So what was I gonna do? Oh, let's do Nightmare Griffin card. Let's do it with the Ruha Trap, because that's a little bit easier. Sometimes the Sharvara stuff makes me confused, because you go Shayama into Sharvara and then you do that. But anyways, we'll do it this way, and I'll just show it this way. I'm sure you can figure it out the other way. If you can't, comment below, and I will do a play-by-play for you. So, set, summon, effect, pop, summon, link, might need some time during this to remember, because I don't do this combo, but I wanted to remember to show it just in case people actually want to do this combo. Like I said though, I don't recommend it. Unless you're in a very simplified game state and they don't have Nibiru and you know it'll be good, then yeah. But they can also just imperm it. They can imperm the Caesar too, I guess. But Caesar you get more value because you get to set with this and you get to search. But yeah, I don't recommend the Griffin combo, but I'm just showing it in case someone wants to do it. If you want to have it just in case, but I don't have the space for the cards. So yeah, let's do, we're doing Yama and Shura. Set escape. And we'll add Sarama. Normal Sarama. Effect. Set. Pop. And we'll summon. Let's summon Rakea. I think this is how you do it. Link 2 into Rage. And then we'll do, this is set, so I'll just reveal it. You can do Shayama, pop, effective Rakea. Maybe I am messing this up. Messed it up. I might have to edit. Let me think. Like I said, I don't do this combo, so I don't remember it by heart. Silence. Okay. Let's do it this way actually. I'm gonna rewind. Rewinding. I think I have to edit, but I don't really want to. So if I don't, I'm sorry. Just play it at 1.25 speed. But if you're a homie and you're playing it at 1 speed, thank you for understanding. I am just trying to help, and I did not rehearse before because I just got back from a tournament and I don't have a lot of time to make these type of videos. So maybe I'll try and find some more time. But we'll pop. Perfect. We'll summon this. Summon that 1/1 or 1/2. Set, and we will add Sarama. We'll normal summon. Effect. Set. Help. Summon. I think it's the same. It's the same. How am I forgetting this? How am I supposed to do this? Could we go 1/1? Maybe I just end up editing. Oh. Muckraker? Oh, dude, thank God. Perfect. I'm not editing this. I'm sorry. Muckraker, Griffin effect. And we set, and we draw. This is the combo you can do. I know that there's also a way you can do this, and I think that's what I was trying to do. But yeah, you can do this. or you can do this, but I don't remember how to do it this way, so I'm just showing you this way. All right. Apologies again. I don't think I'm gonna edit this. I have probably taken up 1 minute of this just explaining that I'm not gonna edit it, but I wanted to point it out just because I need a little bit of grace here. I need a lot of grace in general, but just in this, yes, I'm sorry if this took too long. But I was just trying to do things on the spot for you guys because there are people in the group chat that want the video, and I know that people are usually asking like once a week or or like twice a week or whatever. So I wanted to make sure that people got like a full in-depth video with some explanations. Yeah, so what else? Can we do anything else? Okay, there's nothing else to do here. We'll go over some side deck options. You can play Bestials, but I think potentially playing Shifter, which I'm not playing right now, but it's a possibility. Shifter or DD Crow might be better. Bestials are cool because they give free monster on board. You can also play Veiler. Some people are switching to Veiler, but I feel like Veiler is not that playable in this deck. You can play Duster. You can play Ultimate Slayer. What else? You can play Marionette Might. I don't think it's that popular anymore. I don't think it's worth it. You can play Grave of the Ancient Organism. You can play Mistaken Arrest for Floowandereeze and other decks. When you go first, you just activate it and then you play. Or you activate it at the end of your play, I guess. You can play Cosmic Cyclone. That covers most of it, I think. But yeah, there's a lot of options to play, but the thing with this deck is you have like 30 cards in the deck that you have to play, and then there are like 5 cards that you kind of have to play, and then there are like some space you can play. But I think that's part of the reason people are playing 43. But the deck is very filled with good cards. Sometimes it bricks, which is unfortunate, but it's a very consistent deck for the most part, so yeah. So before we end this, I'm going to go back over the verse that we talked about in the beginning. It's Matthew 7:7-8. It says, "Ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks the door will be opened." So whatever you're going through right now, just know that God is with you and he hears you. He knows your struggles. He knows everything that has ever happened to you ever. He knows everything that will happen ever. So if you're going through a rough time, I know there's a lot of things going on right now, but just trust in God and his plan. I know things are going pretty crazy right now. There's a lot of people that are evil in this world, and yeah, it's a very difficult thing to talk about because yeah, people have free will, so they get to do things that we weren't really intended to do as people. But that has to do with Adam and Eve. Not really blaming Adam and Eve for this, but God knew that would happen too, and that we are in a sinful world, and people are inherently not good. People can be good and do good things, but that's another story of like not everyone's good deeds are actually going to be for like people have evil intentions when they do good, is what I'm trying to say. And infinite impermanence, you can think of impermanence. Nothing is permanent except for God and his love and the eternal kingdom when we go there for all who believe in Christ. And faith and trust in Him. You don't know when the day will be over for you. None of us do. I know it's a very serious topic, but that's what this channel's for. And I want to give good content, but also the main reason is for spreading the gospel and making sure people are informed to know that this is not permanent. This life is not permanent. So live out all of your days, day by day, and make sure that you're giving your most all day when you can. When you can remember it, just keep it in your mind that you might not see some people, like if you see someone one day, you might not see them again. So always remember that when you treat people good, or when you're tempted to treat someone bad, make sure that you're doing your best to be good in accordance to God's commands. Because I, as a new Christian, for only a year I've been a Christian, I have come to know that when I follow His commands, my life is much less stressful, and trusting in Him helps a lot with anxiety. I can go into that in another video, but I don't want this to be too long. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry again,